Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are back in Sprocket yet again, and today I actually have a tank design in my head that I want to build. Not entirely sure how this is going to go though, so stay with me and I guess we'll see together. Alright, so essentially the way that I'm going to build this thing is going to be a CASEMATE gun on the front of a tank. I have tried to do this before, and honestly, I do think it looked pretty good. However, I want to do it better this time, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off by doing the actual tracks. This is going to be kind of an interesting way of doing things, and I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's start out by actually bringing the sprocket to the front. Don't know why I'm going to do that, but I am. So, there we go. We're going to start with this guy actually quite far forwards and down a little bit. I'm also going to increase the diameter and leave it around there. That looks pretty good to me. At the rear, we're actually going to go ahead and increase this to make it go forwards a little bit. And that looks pretty good already. Yes. In between, we're going to have these guys actually spaced out a little bit, which does look pretty nice. And also, that looks fine to me, actually. We'll leave it pretty much like this. Let's go to thickness and increase that to about 100. There we go, not 1,000, that'd be insane. We're also going to increase the length to be about 200 instead of that. There we go. And that is looking decent so far. I think what we'll actually do as well is make these guys a little bit smaller, because at the minute they're a little bit too big, and it makes it a little bit too high. So there we go. A little bit smaller, a little bit shorter. Looks pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to leave the tracks pretty much as they are for right now. I think that will be fine. I'm going to lower this guy down, and I'm going to go ahead and lower this guy down as well. From there, we're going to go ahead and try and, angle it to all be the same. So I'm going to follow the tracks around and hopefully have it look pretty much as the same as the tracks are. I don't know how to explain what I'm even trying to say. The same profile as this, essentially. Okay, so there we go. I've done the rounded piece, and it's pretty much matching this bit down here, which is pretty awesome. What I wouldn't mind doing is actually bringing this guy up to fit with that, but I don't know if it needs to be honest. Maybe. Yeah, sure, we'll leave it like that. What we're then going to do is actually bring the separation in, so it goes like this, and honestly, that's fine. The CASEMATE bit will actually be going up here, so I think we're good. What I'm also going to do is actually go to compartments, and I'm going to drag this guy forwards, and we're going to have to do something special on the back too. Not sure what that's going to be just yet, but we'll have to do something special. So, let's go ahead and bring this guy in real quick, extend this guy out to the sides just a little bit like this, and then we should be able to do something nice on the rear if we need to. Alright, so let's go ahead and increase this up a little bit higher. I essentially need it to go up higher than the tracks so that we have a little bit of space in between the tracks and the body of the beast. Let's then go ahead and extend this up to here, extend it out to the side just like this, and we are going to slowly sort of round this off. So we're going to go backwards like that, and then I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do the same thing right there as well, just like that. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, but I think it'll work out. Let's go ahead and bring this in a little bit. There we go, very nice. Do that guy a little bit further backwards. That's awesome. And then I think we're going to have to do something special on the front as well. Not sure what that's going to be, but yes, let's go ahead and extend this forwards and squidge it a little bit as we go. Just like that. Actually, that's fine. Yeah. So underneath this, we'll go ahead and grab these guys, including that one over there. Extend it down into there. And that is pretty much where we are going to leave it, because that's where it needs to be. Alright, next thing that I'm going to do is go to edges, and I am going to split this, because the actual gun bit is going to go around here, obviously, and then the engine stuff is going to go back there, which does make sense. So let's go ahead and... oh, actually, I'd like to figure out where these pieces actually are. Alright, it might be easier to do this, which... we'll see. We'll see. So, I'm going to go to edges, and I'm going to split this guy right here. I'm then going to drag it forwards to around that point right there. Which, yes, might be a little bit weird, but this is then where we're going to extend this guy upwards. So, let's go and extend it. Here we go. Bring it up into the sky just like that. And our gun is going to be located in there, I think. I'm also actually going to go ahead and extend these guys real quick. Do this, and drag it inwards to the same point that this one is. So pretty much there. Alright, good. So far, so good. Although, the more I actually think about this, the more it's sort of wrong, but that's fine. Extend these guys, there we go, and bring them in like that. There we go, very nice. And then I should be able to get away with just sending these guys backwards, just like this. Hey, that totally works. Sure. Alright, so from there, what are we gonna do? Well, I'm gonna extend this guy. It'd be nice to actually bring it upwards a little bit. I don't know whether I sort of can, but yes, let's do this. And then we're gonna go ahead and extend this guy. The front of each of these is then gonna be extended because our gun is gonna go in the center of this. Again, I don't really know how I'm gonna do this, but yes, let's extend this out forwards. And I don't know whether I'll get away with doing this, but I'm gonna try. So we will go with that. There you go. Alright. I mean, it looks weird, but it's kind of looking how I wanted it to. Nice. Alright, so up here on the top, I'm actually going to go and extend it one more time, and I'm going to drag it inwards just like this, and I would actually really like to send it backwards as well. So if I can grab each of these as I go around, there we go. Not that piece, obviously. Let's grab these guys as well really quickly. There we go. I'm actually going to go ahead and not extend them, but I'm going to push these guys backwards a little bit. There we go. So we got like a rounded top end. This bit looks a little bit nicer than it did, and I think I'm happy with that. Alright, next bit. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm actually going to go and extend this guy up like this, and I'm going to drag this inwards just like so. That looks pretty nice. This is going to be our engine compartment, obviously. We're going to go to each of these, and this is going to be extended backwards just a little bit. So grab this, do this, there we go, very nice. And at the bottom of this guy, we're going to raise these two up just like that. Yes, back end actually looks pretty cool now. Okay, so I'm starting to think whether we should actually smooth this out or not. Honestly, I do think it looks pretty good smoothed out, so we'll leave it like that for now. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so originally I was thinking that maybe we could actually add a turret into there that will actually spin, like, correctly. However, now that I'm thinking about it, it won't actually work the way that I need it to. And the main reason for that is that this isn't actually like a very good round edge, so it won't actually work out the way that we need it to anyway. Not sure what I'm going to do about that, but we'll try and figure it out. But first, I'm actually going to go ahead and go around this thing and add some decorations. Let's do it. Right, this is where we are at. I've added actually quite a lot of stuff to this. I decided to go with one of these machine gun turret thingamabobbies. I just thought it was kind of cool. And what you'll notice is that I've put the Commander's Cupola onto the top of that, which is very strange, but yes, that is how we've gone with it. I've got lights on the front, we've got like little bars and stuff all around this thing, we've got a panel right here, some rivets, our exhaust is actually coming up the back of the, I'm gonna call it the cab, it's not really a cab, but yes, and obviously we've got the engine stuff back here, we've got a door on the back, we've got the lights on the back, and we've got like ladders and stuff everywhere. Honestly, this thing is looking pretty good. The only thing I'm really worried about now is actually getting a gun to work on this thing. I think it's going to be kind of a struggle, but we'll see. Alright, so that's our thing right there. I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't. I kind of want this to go, like, on the inside. And then I would really like to actually, like, I don't know, extend it forwards. So maybe if this comes all the way forwards like this, we can drop this guy backwards. And then maybe we can, like, I don't know. I don't know. I am going to go and extend this again. And then I'm going to do this. Okay, right. So far, so good. I'm then going to extend it again, and I'm going to do this. Alright, so far, again, so good. What I'd then like to do is this. Bring this guy out quite a lot. And essentially just push this one backwards if I can. So just do this type of dealio. And there we go. So whether that looks good, bad, or ugly, I'm not sure. But I think it'll work out. It's not really what I wanted, but it's what we've got. So there you go. What I also wouldn't mind doing is actually maybe making this at the back skinnier, just so it doesn't like poke out the sides whenever we actually go to turn it. Yeah, so go ahead and do this. Alright, now it's skinny. If we then wanted to turn that, I guess we could. Let's go ahead and add a gun and a gunner's sight and see what happens. Alright, so, what I also wouldn't mind doing is actually going to the side of this guy and maybe extending it out a little bit further and then making it, like, skinny, essentially. So let's just, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Extend it again, do it again. As long as it keeps turning around, I think we're good. So now when I turn this, Yeah, we can shoot off in that direction. I'm going to put a limit on it, so you can probably only go that far. I think that makes sense. Yeah, and then if we go back this way, we can obviously have that work too. And yes, I would say that this isn't really what I was going for originally, but it's okay. We're good. So, let's go ahead and, I guess, put some limitations on this. I don't really know what those limitations are going to be, but yeah. So, minus 70 and then positive 70. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not sure what it'll look like. But, can I preview it somewhere? Is there a preview? I can't remember where the preview is. It's somewhere, I think. Or maybe there isn't one. Anyway, let's just go ahead and, like, aim this all the way to the right-hand side. Or maybe it should just be like 45 degrees, to be honest. Yeah, but obviously that's too far. So yeah, like 45, I guess, and 40 minus 45. Let's see what that does. What kind of angles that actually gives us. So you can aim decently far to... Oh, way too far. Alright, it's going to have to be like 30 then instead. 33. We'll go with 33 and minus 33. Bosh. Alright, let's see what this is like. Aim it in that direction. There we go. So, yeah. Alright, cool. That's actually pretty perfect, actually. We'll leave it like that. Nice. Okay, so I've gone through and I've smoothed that off as well, which is pretty nice. What I would like to do is actually move this guy down if possible. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and squidge it like that to make it square again. That's fine. And then we need an actual cannon on there that's going to fit. And actually make it look good, too. Okay, so, I don't want to go overboard on this, but I also don't want it to be tiny. So, 105 millimeters. There we go. That looks like a pretty decent sized cannon. From there, we're going to go ahead and increase the propellant length to be like 750, as we pretty much always do. And then, obviously, the rounds and the barrel are going to have to be way longer. So, let's say 2 meters on that. This one is recoiled. Set this to like 35 and 35 right there as well. Okay, awesome. And then that will recoil back into there and be pretty epic. At the end, we can add a muzzle brake too, which again should look nice. And that's it. Oh, that looks sick. Yeah. What a cool looking vehicle. Alright, so what I'm going to do now then is actually go to this. I want to see if I can make the basket space big enough to actually fit people in. And somehow we can actually do that. Let's go and increase the thickness of this to be really thick. This is going to be an early war tank. We're going to go with that. And it's going to have the maximum armor possible on the front. It might not need it, but it's what it's got. What I would like to do now is actually somewhat grab this guy. No, this guy. There we go. And we're going to increase the armor on those guys as well. Just to make sure it's actually fully armored. Cool. We're then going to have to add armor around everything else, and then we're going to have to upgrade the engine and go from there. Alright, so we've gone with maximum armor, which is 90 millimeters all the way around pretty much all of the front of this, because it's a tank destroyer. It's going to be designed to just sit there and tank rounds whilst also dishing out a lot of hate, actually. This thing is going to be deadly. I've then added like some pretty soft armor around the sides. It's 50 millimeters, which, you know, isn't that soft. And then in places where we're not really going to get shot, it's pretty much 25 mil, which is, you know, not very much at all. But we're probably not really going to get shot in those areas. So what we're going to do now is actually add some ammunition to this thing. And then I guess we'll get it into a fight. Oh my. That is a lot of rounds. Okay, so all we need to do now is actually change the engine. We're going to have a 2.5 liters per cylinder, and we're going to have 8 cylinders. This thing should now move pretty decently without changing the gear ratio whatsoever. Yes, it does. Oh, this is a pretty sick looking vehicle. I don't know if I've actually seen a real vehicle like this, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, what we're going to do now is add some paint to this. And then I guess we'll get it into a fight. Alright, there we go. Desert camo. Sure, why not? And let's go ahead and go to crew. Actually, sorry, liveries, decals. Yes, we're going to make it British. Let's shove one of these guys on the side panel right there like this. Yep, very good. And we'll actually go ahead and shove it on the sides up here as well. Pretty much just like that. There we go. Alright, you know it's British now. Or Peruvian. Yeah, because the colors are the wrong way around, but I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing into a fight and see how well it does. You know what, actually, one thing that I haven't changed, which I do want to change, is the actual things down here. So the actual wheels and stuff. So let's go to the idler wheel, and I think I'm gonna go with these guys or these guys. Probably these ones, all the way around. These are actually British wheels, so that makes sense. Return rollers are gonna be the same. Track segments, I feel like I'm actually gonna leave them as they are. And spares, I rarely ever put spares on my tanks. But maybe we should. I don't know, are they gonna be too big to just whack on the front? I guess so. We could actually, like, take one out. There we go. And then maybe that would look okay, but I don't know, I'm not sure. Should we have those on there? Probably not. Let's get rid of those. A spare wheel, though. I guess we could actually add a spare wheel somewhere along the lines. So let's just go ahead and shove one on the top of here, just like... Oh, actually, the driver's seat's right there. We can't even do that. Oh, this is bogeys, man. I don't know where I'm going to shove this wheel. I want one. Alright, there we go. Shove a wheel, like... Maybe even a wheel could go on the side. That would look pretty sick, but, like, also... We're missing the flag now. I can't even grab the wheel anymore. There we go. Right, I am actually going to go ahead and shove this right here like that. I'm then going to get another one, and I'm going to shove it right here like this. We got some spare wheels on this thing now. I feel like that looks ugly. That looks kind of ugly. I'm getting rid of them. I'm getting rid of them. I don't know. I kind of want to put them on here somewhere, but I just have nowhere to put them. So I guess we're not going to do that. Anyway, we're going in now that we fixed things. Let's go. Alright, an enemy tank has been destroyed already. I haven't actually seen any enemy tanks yet. I have seen rounds fly past, and I think they're all actually coming from these trees, which I never, ever see the enemies in these trees. I find it really hard to see them. Oh, unless it's that guy right there, which I can see, but he did just destroy me. Unfortunately. Right, okay. We still got lots of tanks left, and I do think sometimes I build tanks that don't die. And I actually kind of want them to sometimes. You know, they need a weakness, otherwise it's a bit boring. So, let's get in there and see what we can do. Also, I do wish I knew whereabouts on that tank got shot and how it died, but unfortunately, I just don't know. Anyway, we're traveling in, and we're going to see if we can find anyone to actually shoot, because my guys have killed everyone so far. Alright, over the hill we go, and there should be some enemies located just down there. There's an enemy right there. He's just started moving, so let's shoot him. Unfortunately, I'm actually using APHE rounds in this, and my armor isn't actually, like, that effective, because realistically, it's very flat on the front, and that's not really what you want. But I'm okay with it being like that. I really am. I could increase the actual... armor effectiveness by angling it a bit, or I could increase the armor by just, like, you know, increasing the armor thickness, but I'm thinking it's kind of fun to have some weaknesses. Anyway, let's go ahead and aim at this guy and fire. There we go. The one thing that we're also having some issues with is I've only loaded APHE rounds into this, and they're not that good at getting through armor. Oh, that guy died big time. Yeah, the APHE rounds are not actually that effective at getting through armor. So, you kind of don't really want them. Unless you're fighting, like, you know, lighter vehicles with a huge cannon. But, you know, that's not really the case sometimes. Sometimes you're just fighting big boys like these ones. And I think if I just had AP, I think I'd be doing a little bit better. But anyway, let's go ahead and wait for this guy to get over this hill. And we will shoot him in his face. Although he's coming around. There we go, he's dead, nice, and there's only 2 enemies remaining. I believe one of them is down there somewhere. I think so, anyway. Oh, no, he's dead. Alright, I don't know where the last 2 are. Let's go find them. Alright, that looks like an enemy just there to me. Let's go ahead and see if we can shoot him before he shoots me. Bam, he's dead, very nice. And now let's find the last one, who appears to be just sat next to him. Alright, we're driving over the hill, and there he is. He might shoot me first, which is not good. Fire! There we go, we got him. Nice, yeah, so overall, this tank destroyer is actually really cool. I do really like it. The only thing is, obviously, we had some issues with armor on the front. I don't know whether they're shooting me in the flat pieces, because obviously all of this is pretty much flat at the top, and we're just dying because of that. Or something else, I don't know. There might be a piece of 10 mil somewhere that I missed. But yes, this is really cool. I actually really like the design in the end, and I'm really happy with it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.